Hey, I'm the One Word, and I wanted to do a video today talking about Dall-E, which is this. I've only actually just becoming aware of it in the last 2 weeks, actually. Dall-E, if you don't know, is it's sort of a, it's not sort of, it's an AI that can replicate and create artworks given a text description. So I actually became aware of this 2 weeks ago through work, but I've seen my housemate's been generating artworks today, and I actually saw some of the kind of artworks it can produce. So I wanted to talk about, from my perspective as a painter and an artist, and also a programmer, so I exist in both spheres of both worlds. For example, like I exist, I sort of understand how Dall-E works somewhat. I mean, I'm not an AI domain expert, so not fully, but I get the basics of what it is. It's like you've got a neural network that gets trained on a series of a data set of artworks, and then can understand, can basically generate through some algorithmic process the artwork. I don't obviously understand the specific algorithm they've used or the specifics, but I get that bit. But I'm also a painter, so I've painted for 20 years now, I guess. Getting old, 36 now, but so I think I'm fairly well experienced to talk in this area. Now I'm just going to read verbatim, like sort of my first reaction to this from just seeing it. So I'll just read that and then I'll just freestyle after that. I'm not a nerd, by the way. Like and subscribe if you like tech videos, developer videos, tutorials, as well as code reviews. I'm currently working on a project called Solar Gold Rush, which is a fun little JavaScript project to build a little mini space exploration game. So like and subscribe if you like that. Anyway, that part's out of the way. Okay, so it's just how I reacted to it this morning. I had a look at some artworks generated with the Dall-E app today. My housemate's been playing with it all morning, and I have to admit it's rather good and way beyond similar applications. Makes me feel a mixture of excitement, but also, what place will human beings have in making art now? At least for digital. For the masses, they won't be as willing to hire artists, I don't think, for many projects because they can just generate artworks on an app. I feel like probably one can't stand against the tide of progress, but still I feel a sense of melancholy along with the excitement. We're automating human thought and feeling out of the art-making process and handing it to neural networks. Guess we'll have to up our game in the war against machines. Best to see it as a challenge and roll with it rather than go into despair. It could potentially hit the sector of conceptual art and artistic production. I think the most of it kicks off. I'm not worried though, really, because I just paint to sell and for joy. I paint for joy and to sell. Obviously, I like to sell, just this Freudian slip there. Sell occasionally, but I've never considered it my career. I don't believe even the most advanced AI, artificial intelligence, could replicate brushstrokes accurately, and you can't 3D print paint. I think all we can do is move forward in the direction of progress on this one. It's coming, so we may as well try and make it sure it's applied ethically and make sure artists get some sort of payoff. So what do you think, anybody who was watching it, what do you think of the negatives and positives of this? I think the main positive is you can use it as a tool. I think a lot of the artists I've talked to already about this have already said, it's just another tool. Use it as another tool. Obviously, the negatives are, though, that, a lot of companies, especially small companies, are just going to use it for generating artworks. And then that's going to put already struggling artists potentially out of work. I mean, it's already a difficult career. You already got to balance freelance work, and it's quite often very, timeline specific. You always got to meet like very specific specifications. It's a bit like being an engineer, really, which is like, I do commissions and that, but like most of the time I just do my own independent work as an artist and just make my money as an engineer, web XR engineer. www.chrisgobber.co.uk if you want to see that. www.chrisgobber.co.uk if you want to see my artwork, basically. A little bit of promotion there, but come on, you can't see me for that. Everybody's doing it. We're on YouTube. But yeah, so I'll probably leave it at that. Like again, I don't know the specific details of the Dall-E project. I think it's probably like a new tool that we can just use as an artist as a helping tool, really, maybe just for idea generation. Automation's coming anyway. I've been talking about this for so long, and a lot of people aren't really that interested in it. Automation is going to start having an effect. It's going to have an effect on programmers as well. We've already got GitHub Copilot. We've already got, which is a helper tool, really. I mean, programmers in a sense have already dealt with this conversation. I've talked about it in a few other vlogs. We've already had to deal with this emerging technology, and how are you going to deal with it? I think in general, programmers will probably become more domain knowledge experts, right? So basically, what does that mean? It just means people who've been in the industry for a long time and have developed very niche skills. Like for me, for example, I have the WebXR skills, which is a specialist skills, but it's probably it's still in demand, you know. So I'm lucky in the sense that I got on board with that trend even like 5 years ago now. It feels longer, actually. My sense of time is a bit screwed, like. But yeah, I think there will probably there'll be like domain experts for. I mean, I was seeing it as an opportunity. There'll probably be people who are getting into AI or already into AI, because it takes a long time to really learn that stuff. Like, to be honest, like, you're gonna have to learn about a lot of advanced programming concepts. You're talking machine learning. You know, it's unless you know quite advanced mathematics, don't even bother. Basically, to be honest, like I've never really looked into AI at all. I did look into like language processing models and stuff a while ago, but I never really got anywhere with it. I just like making games, really, gamifying, making games as a creative outlet, and also I'm in data visualization as well. I do a lot of data visualization. I've done some data visualization tools in the past. Anyway, you can always look at my GitHub if you want to see all that stuff. Got no more on there. I'll leave it at that. I think this is an interesting time to be a programmer and a creative. Interesting times are good, even if they challenge us as engineers and artists in general. Challenge is not a bad thing all the time, and as long as you can rise up and make something good of the challenge, and that's all I'll say. That's all I've been on nerd. In a bit, it's only 8 minutes, so I'll leave it there.